Hello, super smart students. I want to talk to you briefly about something that I use in class sometimes when you're doing writing activities, and that is a criteria chart. Some people use a rubric, but they're very similar. I call them a criterion chart. And I know that seems like a big word, but basically, what criterion means is a standard used to work on something and the standard by which the work is scored. So when you are working on something that involves writing in my class, you'll know what the criteria is ahead of time, and you'll know how to do that assignment to get the best possible score. And then when I'm scoring it, I'll use that same criteria to give you a score on the writing that you've done. Specifically today, we're talking about writing your SMART goals. So the criterion for writing your SMART goals is going to be very different from the criterion for writing an essay or a narrative or an argumentative piece and other types of writing. But it's a good idea whenever you're doing writing and you have been provided with a criterion chart or a rubric, refer to that while you're doing the assignment, refer to it before doing the assignment and before turning it in. That way you know if you've missed the mark or if you've hit the mark. And I hope you'll get a bullseye every time, and I especially hope you'll get a bullseye on this assignment. So, basically, if you think of criteria, and another way to look at it is it's something that you refer to in order to know what is required of you, and especially if you want to get a top score. So, um, a score on a written assignment in my class, including the goal setting activity, is my feedback to you. And you use that feedback so that the next time you can do better or you can aim for a better score. Or in some cases, that feedback will enable you to go back and fix the problems on that assignment. So for your SMART goal setting, I'm not going to count spelling, grammar, or punctuation against you because I really want to focus on you making sure that your goal is a SMART goal. We'll cover more of it in class. We'll also watch videos and we'll get more information on setting the SMART goal in class. Once again, we're looking at criteria charts in this video. So I want to have you attend to the SMART goal to the best of your abilities. And so the length of your SMART goal, once you write it, is going to need to only be long enough to cover all of the things that are included in a SMART goal. And there are 5 parts because there's 5 letters in the word SMART, SMART. So to help you, I'm even providing a sentence starter once you actually set your SMART goal. And the sentence starters are just the beginning of the sentence, and you'll finish the rest of it. SMART goals are going to help you push yourself, and they're going to help give you focus. They're going to help you get better and move higher. And so, just to explain my criteria chart that you'll see again in live class, or if you miss the class and have to watch the recording, which I hope doesn't happen often. I want you in that live class. So if you were to pay attention to what I have here on my screen that I'm sharing with you, if you want to get a 4, in this case, it's the highest score you can get. And you can get a 4 if the SMART goal focuses on an area in English language arts where you need to improve, and the goal correctly and completely focuses on something specific, that's the S, measurable, that's the M, attainable, that's the A, relevant, that's the R, and timely, that's the T. That's your SMART goal. If you find yourself with a score of 3, that means that your goal focused on the area in English language arts where you need to improve, and it covers at least 4 out of the 5 parts, but is missing or doesn't properly address one of those parts. Once again, the SMART. And of course, there are lower scores than these. If you, as an example, end up with a 2, or even if you aim for a 2, which I hope you won't do that, it is because your goal did focus on an area in the English language arts where you need to improve, but it covers at least 3 out of the 5 parts of the SMART goal, but is missing or doesn't properly address the other 2. And then a score 1, you will get a 1 if the SMART goal focuses on an area in English language arts where you need to improve, or fail to focus on an area where you need to improve in English language arts. In other words, somehow or another, you really didn't get a good starting point, which is something that you personally need to improve or get better and move higher. And that information will be provided to you. And then, of course, you get a 1 if you cover less than 3 parts of the SMART goal. So that's like 2 or 1 part. Or it's missing or doesn't properly address most of the parts of the SMART goal. So if you get a 2 or a 1, you are going to be expected to go back, look at the feedback that I've provided, and resubmit your SMART goal. So let's go ahead and DIRFT. Do it right the first time. Thank you. Bye-bye.